everyone, it's Arthur from Zebra Home Cinema. We're here today on our next project, which is a loft conversion. So we're here on site in our the beginning of our loft conversion. So the builders have already started construction, and we're at the preliminary stage now of laying the speaker cables just before all the plaster boarding is done. So Kane, in this loft conversion, very different to garage conversion, what sort of considerations or challenges do we face in this?
Wiring it is a lot nicer because we get loads of voids and cavities to do it, so it's quite quick to wire. The pitch roof causes a few sort of challenges for speaker position. This particular install is a challenge because we can't put the rears on the rear wall because there's a corridor down the one side, so we're having to put the rears in the ceiling. But we're getting so we've got two rears here, we've got two surrounds, and the surrounds I'll show you here. Surrounds are coming through here. This is going to be plied up, so this needs to be cut out. We're putting some ply here to mount the MK speakers, in-wall MK speakers here. This is SCP 16 gauge speaker cable. The Atmos, we've got two. This is a 7.2.2 system, so the Atmos are two which are set center in the room, and they're all in line. So we have the rear surrounds which are ceiling mounted, the Atmos, and then the left and rights all lined up. This is a 128 235 to 1 screen going here, projector, acoustically transparent 1.1 gain screen. It's a big screen, so it fits nicely. But yeah, there's no real. The main challenge acoustically really is the pitch in the roof in here. I mean, we can't have everything, but they're not nice. You know, nice perfect square would be great. But that's one of the challenges. Wiring it's lovely. Should be a nice project.
So I think, to be honest, I think having had some rooms done before as well, sort of usual setups like TV, but then also a home cinema room as well. I was aware of different sort of ways we could configure the room. I think initially I was trying to be quite purist and have a really sort of cinema scope, dedicated hardcore cinema room. But then I think taking more into account what the family wanted as well, the kids and her knee as well, I think I realised that a media room would be more appropriate because it's part of a loft conversion that has a library on one end anyway. So I think doing it this way, I think we've got more purpose for the room. So we can watch our movies, but we can also sit in the daytime and enjoy it, just to listen to music or read something, watch a TV show, or put the Xbox on and play games. So I think it's delivered more as a complete entertainment room for the whole family. But when we really want it to be dark and have a really sort of proper cinema experience, it's definitely been blown away by the quality of it. So I think it really does feel like the cinema's, in your house. There's a really personal experience. But I think what's really even surprised me was the real clarity of the speech on the film. But also obviously then you get the dramatic effects as well. And I think it's hard to describe, but it really puts you into that movie, atmosphere. And I think that's what's really made it special, because I think you can have a TV room, a normal, kind of day-to-day thing, but that just transports you into another dimension. And I think it's hard to put it into words, but I think the kind of experience is, definitely worth, going through everything to get the project done.
Frame from Screen Research. There are little colour-coded dots, so match blue to blue, green to green, red to red, and they literally, these brackets slot into these channels, and then you tighten the grub screws to hold them in.
I think, to be honest, what's available these days on a much more modest budget is incredible, because I think the brightness of the picture, the resolution, the quality, you know, and it's very quiet. That's the other thing.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I think the one we had previously, you will hear something going on in the background, but here it's above our head. We don't really hear anything.
And I think it was pretty clear from minute one. They knew what they were doing, so they're highly knowledgeable, professional. Clearly, they, you know, were very, you know, effective in the installation. Everything was done exactly at the stages it needed to be done. And to be honest, I was quite surprised at, you know, the amount of work that and how efficiently they got it done. It was very clean, you know, very high quality installers. I think, you know, in terms of you know, the make it look simple. So I think that's all I can say is that they obviously, you know, very knowledgeable, very professional. They made it look very straightforward and simple. And everything was functional and working, you know, when they were doing their work.
Things that go all around the metal rods that are into the screen, and they tension the screen to the right tension to make sure that it's not creased or wrinkled. There you go.
At the bottom here, and you might be able to see this bungee cord, elasticated bungee cord that hooks on over here, and that's responsible for pulling the low portion of the screen. And then once the top panel's fitted, we'll have a similar bungee cord that'll attach to there, and that'll allow the two-way motor to slot the top piece on, and then get the bungees into these grooves, as you can see here. So I just need to hook that on in a second. So now we've got both rollers in place, and then once they're powered up, we'll be able to see what the auto masking does.
I think we're going to be living with the room for years to come. So I think with yourself, I think there was a lot more questioning and a lot more discussion of why we were doing it, what were sort of our requirements, where you felt, you know, from your experience that you could guide us into, you know, the kind of levels that would satisfy us for, you know, the different elements of making the room up. But I think we had good discussions and we made good choices, and I think we felt it was more of an involving experience. And I think obviously during the project as well, there's good communication about, you know, when the installations would be done, how long they would take, and you know, I think that really helped, because then that takes the stress out of it, that you know that the guy's gonna, you know, come when they're scheduled to come. The work's going to be done when it was, you know, needed to be done as part of the whole project. I think you know, we left it to you to communicate with the builder to get the building side of it done, so that was less stressful for us. So I think, so in terms of the cinema installation, it was pretty smooth. Things happened on time and as expected, and you know, I think we're confident that if anything arises in the future, that you know, it'll be, you know, the aftercare will be there for us. I think that's quite important as well.